Mic check. Test, test, test. What's happening, everybody? Welcome. Lab After Dark. Always have to remember. Lab After Dark. I don't think it would really matter if I messed that one up too much. I'm sure that I have, and I will continue to. I mean, if you've ever bitten into an orange thinking it was an apple, which I have done, mistakes happen. Like straight up into the rind. It was awful. Shocking, really. It's a shocking. Do you ever go and try to take a drink? Well, not try, but successfully take a drink of something and you forgot what was in your cup? I don't know. Has that ever happened to anybody? It was something completely different. You thought it was like Diet Coke, but then it ended up being orange juice. Only me? Am I the only one that's ever happened to? Because it's not a good feeling. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. I have no idea. I've been talking for a couple minutes. I have no idea that. Oh, okay. Sounds like you can. So I'm not the only one that's happened to. I've never done that before. I don't think so. But I do remember one time I would ask my grandpa, I said, is it weird that when, if you have a hot drink, that it gets cold, and if you have a cold drink, it gets hot? I said that to him, and with a straight face, he looks at me and he goes, do you not know what room temperature is? I was like, well, that makes sense. I was really young, though, when that happened. I was like 26, so. I don't know. I mean, room temperature, whatever. I didn't know that was a real temperature. It is, by the way. It's a real temperature. It's a real thing. I didn't know, but. Well, look. Cut me some slack here. But that was my question. I said, does that, because for some reason it bothered me. I also used to argue with him when we were driving down the freeway. I'd say, I'm personally not moving at 65 miles an hour, so nothing technically should happen to me if I jumped out of the car. And then he would go, well, technically you would die, which was, I found out. I didn't find out the hardest way, but I found out a harder way. Like the physics didn't make a lot of sense to me when I was young. When I was a young pup. And Lucy in the Sky. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But he was condescending. He wasn't very nice sometimes. What up, Justin? I don't think he was condescending, but it was always payback for me saying that we never went to the moon. He would get pissed. You would hear it, like he would get like old man pissed. Like the oldest man pissed, you know what I mean? Like that old man, I'm going to whoop your ass type pissed. The kind of pissed that you were like lucky that they were old so you could get away from them. That was the kind of pissed he would get. No, we didn't go to the moon. It was all I mean, this is what he would do. He'd go, I stayed up and watched it on TV. And I said, dude, it was just fake, bro. Fake. And he was just mortified. He was just so mad, you know. So that then when it would come to like common sense questions, he would just make fun of me, like, yeah, you're an idiot. Can't all be mathematicians. Can't all be engineers, Papa. You know, I guess you learn things growing up on a farm, so I didn't grow up on a farm. He did. I didn't. But anyway, welcome to Lab After Dark. How's everybody doing? I was just airing my grievances. Grandpa used to call me stupid. That's why I don't go visit his grave. That's not why. Just kidding. Who's laughing now? Just kidding. You used to make fun of me, Grandpa. Oh, man. That's funny. I mean, I thought it was. Anyway. What's happening, everybody? Is everybody having fun out there? They enjoying the wonderful, kind shows that everybody's been putting on? Oh, my golly, dude. So, I don't know. I've seen, it seems to like, it's like the worst thing, the way, like, it's like the worse people act, the more people rally around them, I guess. It's like kind of a new phenomenon. Like everybody's going it's like anti-cancel culture, I guess. So you go from being anti-cancel culture to, you know, I don't know. It's really weird. But anyway, it just feels like the worse that people act, the worse or the more people sort of rally around them. And, you know, like there used to be this thing where you would expose people, but that's not really a thing anymore. You know, it's kind of Jim Jones type. And I would highlight your chats, but my mouse died. So give me a minute, you know, and I'll, Esther, good to see you. More drama, more views. Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, I got accused of that a little bit yesterday, you know, when I did my show, and I didn't feel that it was dramatic. I felt like I was making a point. And I think that sometimes when people watch me for the first time, they maybe mistake me for, I don't know, maybe, well, I wouldn't say he's right, but, you know, Dr. Gary did say that, like, I'm misunderstood, but I don't think so. I don't think I'm actually misunderstood. I think that within the last couple years, sort of my intolerance for sort of my tolerance for, like, I don't know exactly what the word, but in I don't know. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but just sort of the phoniness. And my tolerance for it seems to like it shines through with people, like, and like I said, I'm guilty of that as well. Idiocracy wasn't the word that I'm looking for, but you know, it's a good one. It wasn't what I was looking for, you know. So I don't know. Okay, there you go. You come off as arrogant sometimes. Do I? I don't. I mean, uh, I'm not like against your hypothesis, but I don't really see how. I mean, I don't. It's not that I don't lift myself up, or I don't say, yeah, I'm this or I'm that. Like, I don't think that I do that, but I guess it's more so the way that I talk sometimes, maybe. I mean, I could understand that for sure, but I don't feel arrogant. Matter of fact, I feel the opposite of arrogant most of the time. Most of the time, I feel inadequate. Most of the time, I feel unprofessional. So most of the time, I feel unintelligent. But but you know, I think that we all have those self-conscious moments and times, and obviously I'm no different than anybody else when it comes to stuff like that. And I'm the hardest person on myself that there is. There's nobody that is harder on me than myself. Shoot. And I don't think that that's a good thing. I think that being forgiving to yourself is a good thing, but you know, when you're kind of do the same thing over and over and over and forgiving yourself over and over and over. Yeah, no, honey Hush is fine. That wasn't. I don't think it was an insult. There was let me go here and check. There was a really funny comment I saw on here. I saw Justin getting dragged today, but I don't really. You know what, man? Everybody, it's just. It's happened to me, and it happens to everybody. You know, you make any sort of noise, you have any kind of opinion, you have any kind of voice, then there's going to be people that push back. I know you weren't. I know you weren't. But if you have any kind of, you know, people push back. People won't always like what you have to say. People won't. People will call you names. They'll make fun of you. You know. I don't look. I've done that. I've done it before. I've taken shots at people, and I think I just did it yesterday. Oh God. Look at this is funny right here. Well, at least to me it is. I like to highlight these comments too. All right, here we go. It's like this is just a weird comment. Yo, dude, control your attitude. I'm like, I don't think so. So I see War Eagle under there. But I get those kind of comments. Control your. What was I don't know. Did I have an attitude? I didn't think I had an attitude. I thought that I was poignant and on topic, but for the most part. But we all get it. We all get hate. And I'm fine with it. But I guess what really is the worst to me, and that's something that I've struggled with, is just the the blatant hypocrisy. If somebody gives you shit and then you go to give them shit back, and if you do it and you're supposed to be deemed maybe I wouldn't say a better person, you're supposed to be above that, or whatever it is that people want to say, hey, you're above that, you're better than that. Why do I have to be? I don't think that I am. I mean, your expectation of me may be high and I appreciate it, but why is it that why do we always have to be why do I always have to be the person that rises above? Don't do you're just, it's like, come on, people are allowed to clap back, aren't they? People are allowed to defend themselves. But it's pretty much the fighting is what's like it does get nasty. And, I've said things and acted a certain way that I wasn't proud of before. But, at the same time, sometimes shitheads don't really leave you much of a choice, And it wasn't like yesterday. I just wanted to point out, make my point that, if you have any suspicions of SF's clients, I mean, he's going to go at you because that's what he's paid to do. He's not there for the benefit of the investigation. And I mean, that's really, really obvious. And he can take that as an insult, or his followers can take it as an insult, or, anything like that. They can take it all as an insult, but like, it's very simple to see. I didn't think that I was breaking any, news. It certainly wasn't. I truly wasn't. That's not what it was. What it was is sometimes things just need to be said out loud. And that's what I did. I said it out loud. And I felt fine about it. I remember when I was kind of, for hyperbole reasons and, just for a play on words, I was saying, private eyes, the private in private eye means private, not public. And, it's like, keep your stuff right. I went through this whole diatribe of that, and somebody left me a comment. They go, private investigator means that they're hired privately, not publicly. And I was like, no shit. Like the stupidest thing I had ever heard. I was like, it was just I was just kind of goofing, you know. You know what the private investigator stands for? It means that they're private. Like they're hired through a private person. Not that they're private people. You know, and then I had to because I like to read the comments and I like to respond to comments and you know, I don't know. I just I have to dig through some of those comments to get to anything good sometimes. But you know, there's this one person, and I can't even remember their name, but they were just, and Dr. Gary, you'll love to hear this. They were like, you know, I respected you because of Dr. Gary and Chris, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're calling your phone, you know, after this show. And I was like, what? Calling my phone for what? I don't think that Dr. Gary and Chris would be happy with you. It's like, about what? What are you talking about? Yeah, someone said it, and I blocked them because they'd left like 30. If it would have just been like that comment, it would have been fine. There was like 30 comments about it. Yeah, I mean, I'm allowed to say what I want. I do it all the time. Like, I'm going to get in trouble. You don't say that. What? I don't say what? Have I have an opinion? And then they said, well, it's all drama. I honestly did not think that it was drama. I thought that it was just pointing out sort of a hypocrisy. That's what I thought. That's how I felt about it. And, well, like you said, the one of the comments is, yo, dude, control your attitude. And I don't know where exactly I was so off track. Yeah. Please, Dr. Gary, don't put me in timeout. You know, dumb. I don't know. I can tell you that there has always been a concerted effort to drive a wedge between Chris and I. And it, you know, like if I do something like that people don't appreciate or enjoy, then they'll be like, I hope Chris sees that or something. You know, it's just like, me too. I hope he sees it too, because I'll probably think it's funny. I don't know. I don't know if I was simmered. Was I? I didn't feel simmered. I felt like I had a point to make, and that was my point. It was that it was brutally honest that he's working on behalf of the Chris and Katie. I mean, that's as obvious as it can get. Chronicles, by the way, since you're here, put out a hilarious video about one of my favorites. One of my favorite characters. I think I'm starting to kind of like the guy as like a internet friend. No, nobody. I'm not. I don't think so. But I mean, more than. Is this the one? I I don't know. Like, look at that face. That's my favorite. Not a thought between those ears. Look at that. I mean, just. I mean, honestly, what do you think he's doing? He's hilarious, man. Look at that face. Oh, that is the best. What the? God bless you, Steven. So for some reason, like I don't think Steven's a bad person. I mean, maybe he is. He could be the worst person in the world for all I know. I just don't think he's very bright. I don't think that. I think that he gets in where he fits in. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what the hat is. What did you and Justin do? What did I didn't do anything to anybody, I don't think. Somehow he's the perfect. Yeah, he seems pissed at something, but you know what? I just can't even be bothered with it anymore. I wear hats all the time, Doc. All right, so let's play this here.
What's up?
What's up?
Then how come we can't take these witness statements, go to this individual? And I mean, I get that there has to be unreasonable doubt or something like that, however you say
it. All right. All right, hold on.
What's up?
Then how come we can't take these witness statements, go to this individual? And I mean, I get that there has to be unreasonable doubt or something like that, however you say that. It has to be just hardcore.
It's the best, dude. I love him.
Factual evidence.
He's my favorite, dude. I just want to. I don't know. I just want to take a typing class with him or something.
Before you can lock them up. Like, you mean to tell me you've had these people behind bars?
Who are these people?
Have, I mean, legit testimony, like legit, like not evidence.
No, I think he's dead serious. Yeah, but I guess Delphi juror used the term unreasonable doubt in an interview. I guess you could use it as a word, but in the right context. He's not, I mean, it's reasonable doubt.
Say evidence. Legit, you know, people saying, hey, they did this.
Shit. Oh my God. Oh shit. Hurry.
It's like he doesn't know how to pee or something.
Okay, stop now, guys. I'm sorry.
That reminds me of one of my favorite sound bites ever. I'll tell you what you're watching. You want to know what you're watching? Dr. Gary, you want to know what you're watching? I'll tell you what you're watching. You're watching MF and Lab After Dark. That's what you're watching. That's what you're watching. All right.
Right.
Yep, exactly. Okay. One of my favorite sound bites ever. You ready?
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know. I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
You know what? I got to tell you, Chronicles you're very talented. I mean, you're a very talented clipper, as they call them. All right, I'm gonna start this over because it's just too good.
What's up?
Then how come we can't take these witness statements, go to this individual? And I mean, I get that there has to be unreasonable,
But I don't get this, to be honest. Well, this is my favorite. Oh, this might be my new background. I mean, we could not see him again. We don't have to watch him pee. No.
What's up?
then how come we can't take these witness statements, go to this individual? And I mean,
Okay, so take witness statements to an individual. I'm trying to keep up.
I get that there has to be unreasonable doubt or something like that. However you.
Okay, so he means. I honestly don't know what he means, because I think the reasonable doubt is that's when it comes to like juries and jurors and trials, not witness statements that you're taking to. Who are you taking the witness statements to?
Go to this individual. How come we can't take these witness statements, go to this individual? And I mean, I get that there has to be unreasonable doubt or something like that. However you say that, has to be just hardcore factual evidence before you can lock them up. Like, you mean to tell me you've had these people behind bars have, I mean, legit testimony, like legit, like not evidence, I won't say evidence, legit, people saying, hey, they did this.
Shit.
All right, we don't have to watch him pee again. Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, I'm not accusing him of being anything other than I'm trying to figure out, to be honest with you, I'm trying to figure out, like, is he a nice guy or is he not a nice guy? I know a lot of people because of the people that he surrounds himself with, but I've known people that have hung out with unscrupulous people because either lack of friends or, lack of intelligence but I don't know. He's from Tennessee somewhere. Where is he from? Hendersonville, close to it. That's what I thought. I don't know. I don't know where he's from. I don't care where he's from. He could be from anywhere. Makes no difference to me. He has been mean to Brittany. That's true. But I think a lot of that is probably because somebody told him that it was her fault, that whatever was happening to him, when in fact, whatever was happening to him was his fault, which most of the time, if we really think about it, let me move his face for a second. It's just not. Most of the time, whenever things are going bad in our lives, typically it's probably because, we're the ones that caused it. But it does seem to be somewhat of a relief to say, somebody else made me do this, or somebody else I'm the reason, or they're the reason that this has happened. And I can tell you that every major issue that I've ever had in my life was caused by me and me alone. But it certainly could have been made worse by others. Because I allowed that. Because I associated with that, And I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. I don't disagree with it. I'm not, this is not making an excuse for him, but I'm just telling you that sometimes people kind of fall in line or, you know, take the side of the people that they hang with blindly. But like I said, his issues are his issues. I know he said that it was Brittany's fault. I have no idea where any of that could have been her fault. And, but, you know, I don't know. I think there's probably a bit of that too. I think there's probably a bit of that. But I don't know. I don't really care that much. He's kind of an enigma out of the group. I mean, but whatever the hell that was, I mean, I think that he should stick to being a mechanic or whatever it is. What is this?
What's up?
What's up?
Then how come we can't take these witness statements, go to this individual? And I mean, I get that there has to be.
You know what? I'll tell you this, and I don't want to get into the whole thing, but for some reason, and I don't know exactly what it is that I think that Brittany is an easy target because I don't think she's has it in her. You know, you can say whatever you want about Brittany, but I don't think I don't think she's nasty like that, you know, like where she's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you know. So I think she's like an easy target, and people like easy targets. People like people that don't want to stick up for themselves and feel like maybe that they can just beat them down. And that's kind of what I don't get about it. You know, I think that she, like last night, she was clowning, and I thought it was hilarious because the people that clown her, it's like a nonstop thing. People are very mean to anybody, everybody, not just her, but she receives a lot of it. You know, I don't know. Yeah, she does. She holds back, man. She does. She does. You know. And so, you know, I think that it's mean, to be honest with you, but these are mean people that do this. So I thought it was funny. We got a little buck. I'll tell you that. You know, it's just a cutting of mongrel. My opinion, he was going to be planted the searches, but Tony found out quickly what was happening. Makes sense. Yeah, I thought it was funny because, like I said, and if you're just getting here, my whole point earlier was, you know, everybody wants everybody else to take the high road and don't speak about this or don't speak about that. And I don't understand. It's easy to tell somebody to take the high road when you're not the target. And I understand the thought process behind that. I understand the thought process of just let it go. You're above that. But I'll tell you this, that I'm certainly not above anything like that. I have limits. I don't refer to women as bitches. That's just not somewhere I'll go in a fight. I don't know why. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just never been something. I've never fought that way with people. Now, I'll call a guy a bitch. I've done that a lot. But it's not, but I do find myself, I remember when I was going at it with somebody else, and it was, I remember saying that I didn't fat shame anybody, and that's kind of went out the window, but only because, if it gets done to you, I think it's fair game to do it back. It doesn't matter who you are. I mean, is it mature? No. Can you are you funny when you do it? Well, you can try to be, but why should you just be allowed to do that, to act that way? Absolutely. And that, I get it. God bless him. That's a real man. Feel protective over Brittany, and I hate she has to deal with the nonsense. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, though. If you're willing to get dirty, you're gonna have to play in the mud, and you're gonna have to live with the consequences of that. I mean, I've went off on people before, and been like, they are gonna talk a lot of shit tomorrow, and that's just kind of how you have to expect that. Now the unsolicited ones, well, like just the shots that people just kind of take on social media, like none of that's new, and people enjoy it. And you'll notice by people's numbers how much people enjoy drama. I mean, it's a real thing. They give more when there's drama involved. They watch longer. The crowds are bigger. I mean, it's just a constant battle for content, and everything is sort of intertwined there, and it's just it's very rare, to just see. I don't know why it is. I have no idea. But that's just kind of the way it is. It's like on certain shows, the more that you go at somebody, and try to expose them for who they are, all it does is strengthen their core supporters. Okay. We're sort of in that era now where you don't lose chunks of supporters. What you do is you kind of one-offs or two-offs, or, you have people, but there's no like mass exodus. And a lot of people that watch me watch people that I don't watch, or people that I don't like, or whatever. And I don't even care. You can watch whoever you want, but every now and then I'll see something where it's like really surprising to me and even disheartening, that maybe I didn't share the same disdain for somebody that I think that other people should have. But that's on me. That's just me thinking. That's not right. I don't think it is, but I also don't think that my opinion is the end all be all. I'm sure Brittany is fine. What do you mean? Oh, is she not, she didn't stream tonight? I didn't know that. I was just saying. No, I have not talked to Brittany. No, I am not. But yeah, I just don't think that. Like I said, I've seen people watch and comment on other shows, and there are people that used to watch this show that I actually really liked and enjoyed and thought highly of. That went somewhere else and they sort of became a fixture elsewhere, and then not come back here. And as much as that stuff, unless that stuff used to bother me, but it doesn't bother me so much anymore. But sometimes, you go like, what did I do? Like, or sometimes people get in other people's ear and change, want to change. Don't listen to that person. You know what they did in 1996? Yeah, or something stupid like that, So you just deal with it, You deal with the consequences of getting, your feelings hurt. Like I had somebody leave me what I thought was probably one of the nastiest messages I've ever, or one of the nastiest comments that I'd ever really received, but they put it about as nice as humanly possible, but it wasn't nice at all. And it didn't hurt my feelings, but I was just like, man, people are really really rough sometimes. If you look right here, this was after I pinned it so people could enjoy it. But, I put this, Dr. Gary and I don't know if Dr. Gary's still here, but him and I did a show just a couple days ago, and I really enjoyed it. And I always enjoy doing those shows. The call-in shows are fun. They're a lot of work, but they're worth it. And, it's just like a lot of moving parts when, you're dealing with a call-in system and, anyway, hold on one second. Let's see. No, I'm not. I promise I'm not. Why? Probably control. Where's some of this? I ran into that on X. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, you can't. I mean, it's tough if you have that feeling. Anyway, this is what it says right here. I would like this show so much better if Josh could let Dr. Gary finish a sentence. The convo between them does not flow well. Okay, if that's a hard pause, if that's a stop, I'm fine. It's like a comic book talking to an encyclopedia. Josh is one negative, disagreeable soul. If I was talking to someone so rude to talk over me, to disagree, I'd walk away. The feedback just made me leave early on. All right. So then I responded, Well, luckily for me, I don't agree with you. Also, luckily for me, it's my show. Thank you for your negative and disagreeable comment. Now, that's one of those comments. It's so backhanded. Well, actually, it's not backhanded. It's forehanded. Is that what? I'm going to have to get a ruling from Crabtree on that if that's acceptable. But it's I would never leave a comment like that on anybody's show. I just wouldn't watch. It's not constructive. It's not constructive criticism. It's just, they're a fan of Dr. Gary. I am too, by the way. Love Dr. Gary. He's a brilliant guy. Love talking to him. We have great conversations. I believe that there's an ebb and flow to it. And I don't think that people would watch if there wasn't. What I don't get is what would compel somebody to be so miserable and such a, adult to leave a comment like that. But here's the thing: they can just leave that comment and I'm supposed to take it extremely personal because they're saying that my conversation with Dr. Gary, he's an encyclopedia, I'm a comic book. All right. I'm not claiming to be smarter than Dr. Gary. I do that secretly. But it would be hard for me to convince people. Also, I don't care that he's smarter than me. He's supposed to be. He's a doctor. He's a very accomplished person. I'm sure we're smart in different ways. Okay. But down here, way down here, I'm smarter than Dr. Gary. I don't care what he says. I wrote something really cool. And by the way, Dr. Gary just writes back this, nice thing where, oh yeah, I wrote it down here. Yeah, Dr. Gary said, I completely disagree. In fact, oh, that's not Dr. Gary. Where the hell did you go? I can't even. All right, so down here is where I wrote. Comic books are entertaining and encyclopedias are informative. Ebony and Ivory. Yeah, Gary's not letting anybody cut him off. That's just not going to happen. And I don't cut him off. See, Dr. Gary is one of Little Miss Sharon's favorite people on YouTube. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Matter of fact, he tells me all the time to cut him off. Stop me if I'm, he says, am I putting you to sleep? And I go, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I'll say it. But that's one of the things he says. Am I putting you to sleep? I don't know. I'll let you know. You'll hear me snoring. But I just like having conversation. But I'm saying like that we're in this dimension, this weird, like sort of place in time where you can say an insult to somebody and not get physically assaulted by somebody because of it, because you're on the internet and you're going, well, I can say whatever I want because nobody knows who I am, but I know who you are. It's a really weird give and take, I guess. I hated you forever, but you won me over with Chernobyl's child. Well, thanks. Forever. Man. I do. Yeah. Clue, right? I think I said that. I've heard, by the way, I've heard that a lot too. Click that link. I've heard that a lot too. Dr. Eve is in. I don't think Dr. Eve liked me. As a matter of fact, I don't know if Dr. Eve ever remembers this, but a long time ago, her and I were arguing in a chat one time, and I knew she didn't like me. I wasn't exactly sure. I had like an idea, I guess, but she didn't like. I don't think she liked me at all. And I don't know if you remember that, Dr. E, but I've heard that a lot. Yeah, I used to not like you. It's like, yeah, I am. I'm kind of like a fungus. I grow, you know, a little slowly, sort of. You know, it's like it's sort of it's a slow sort of, you know, petri dish, you know, sort of thing. Sometimes it's like, oh, is he? He's not so bad. He's not the kind of fungus where you need tenactin. It's like the kind that, you know, it's the decent kind. Yeah, you remember. I remember too. I remember we you know, I remember I was just being a turd. Plus I knew you didn't like me, so I thought that I would try and razz you a little bit. No, not at all. Not at all like that. Not like their toilet at all. Oh, okay. I got you now. I thought it was for a completely different reason. I swear to God. Did you leave me? You left because of Brittany? God damn it, Brittany. I mean, God dang it. I thought you didn't like me for another reason, but well, we like each other. And we've actually even been on a panel together, I believe. Am I right? Well, thank you. Oh, that's funny. Being a doctor in Italian, my God, can't help keep talking. That's what he does for a living. That's what he's supposed to do. You know, it's just not going to happen because probably that room's tented off. I'm sure some health inspector saw it, and that part of the house has to just be removed because now there's a new. It's not swine flu. It's like pork flu or I don't know, chicken flu. Yeah, tented off, you know, like it's quarantined. Ever since, you know, Operation Warp Speed. Swamp flu, clue flu. I mean, it's one of the most horrendous. And I'm not exactly like, I would love nothing more than you to stay Canadian. I'll become Canadian too. Yeah, I'm not exactly like I'm not a filthy person by any means, but you know, sometimes I'll leave like a plate on the table, or, you know, maybe I didn't start the dishwasher when I probably should have, you know, but I would never, ever, ever in my life treat my toilet like it was a petri dish. And this may be graphic if you think, but I would be so scared of like that water touching me at all. I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to be mean about it. I'm just saying that it would be kind of like the Fukushima situation, you know? I mean, that's tainted water. I would be very, very scared of it. And like, I remember one time I got puddle water in my eye. How it happened, I'll spare you the details. But I got puddle water in my eye, and like then I started Googling like how long does an infection take to form, you know, and I was like, oh, my eye's twitching. That's, you know, I was like, I'm in big trouble here. Like my like I'm going to get a puddle water infection. I'm going to wake up with conjunctivitis. I didn't, by the way. And that's a rumor that's gone around here for a long time, is that I ended up with pink eye at some point. But at no point did I ever end up with pink eye, ever. I've never had it. And I'll tell you, if I do. Yeah, my eyes, I just was really nervous that something bad was going to happen, you know. And luckily it didn't, but I mean, I was freaked out for a really, really long time about that. So, you know, yeah, I've used bathrooms in Taco Bells that were like, that looked immaculate compared to that. Seriously. Yeah, but I don't know if like there was a homeless guy that peed in the, you know, the puddle or something, or I don't know. I have no clue. Not sure, but I'm not a hypochondriac. Well, maybe I am. I don't know. I didn't have pink eye, and Linda's the one that started that whole thing. I did not have pink eye. I've never had pink eye that I remember. Maybe I did. I really don't know. I don't think from that situation. I haven't had pink eye. If I did have pink eye, I'm really unraveling here, but if I did have pink eye, I couldn't tell you when it was, and I don't remember it. All right? How's that? It's like chicken pox. I know I've had chicken pox, but I've never had pink eye. Well, I don't, but the thing is, I don't think that I'm not telling you that I'm not embarrassed about it. I just haven't had pink eye. So I don't like rumors. Okay. That's all. So I'm just trying to set the record straight. I've never had conjunctivitis. I don't have to put lotion on my face like some people. Like B. Tim.
The lab is my boss.
And really? Thou protesteth too mucheth. I'm just saying, if I had pink eye, I would tell you. I believe you. I agree with that. Yes. I don't know, man. I've never had pink eyes. I don't even want to talk about it. But if I ever did have it, it was maybe when I was a little kid, and I don't remember that. Now, I'm not embarrassed about pink eye. That's not what I'm getting at here. I mean, you're going to make, you know, I don't know why this always comes back around, but for some reason, for some strange reason, I don't know. Pink eye is whatever. I've had ear infections. Is that conjunctivitis? And somebody emailed me, and people emailed me about the dog's situation. Otis is he's doing really well. He bit me today. So, you know, he's kind of back to normal. But I think that one of the things that was told to me was that he, like yogurt is good for like yeast because they get yeast in their ears and stuff like that. I don't have a water out here. I mean, how does that happen? I have to shut the whole show down. I was flowing and I'm not flowing. Now I got to go get water. I'll never get back the pocket that I'm in. But anyway, I went out and I got some, what did Penn and Teller? I went out and I got some yogurt and I ate it all. And so I got to get more. It was good. It was the Greek, no fat added. What did Penn and Teller say about toilets? I have no idea. Daniel's doing all right. He's doing all right. No, I did. I was kidding. I did not eat all. I didn't eat any of it. I was joking. I have my own yogurt. No. I know I need to get water really bad. And I also have to pee. And so I'm like, do I keep going? Do I not keep going? That's the question. So I don't know. I got to make that decision here pretty soon. That happened with my oldie. And did the yogurt Chronicles, did the yogurt help? It did? Yeah. I mean, that's anyway. So I did get him yogurt. Well, look, it's gonna happen one way or the other. It doesn't matter. You're right. You're right. It has been an hour. I have filled my quota. And does your dog have any weepy eye or any ear issues at all anymore? Yeah, whether it's going to happen, there's no doubt that it'll happen. It's just where and when, and is it voluntary or not? Nice, very good. Anyway, I gave them both some yogurt this morning. Like I just took I don't know how much I'm supposed to give them, but I took a dollop and I put it in both of their foods. And I was just like, yeah. And then I was like, come on, boys. And then they're like, and then they ate the yogurt. So, and, oh, I'm sorry. I've never heard it's like the worst. No, it's a mix. I can email it to you. I rescue. Yeah, please email it over. I'm taking all. I'm telling you, I'll tell you a little bit more about it when I come back. But I mean, it was just. It was miserable. I'll be right back. I don't think I have any music to play or anything. I wish I had some hold music. Like, hold on. Maybe I can here. Hold on. I'm going to pee my pants, but whatever. Yeah. You're rocking with doesn't. I'll be back with you momentarily. This is the Iceman, JD.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, so selective. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. KWIZ playing nothing but the hits. He's back. Taking your calls. All right, turn that shit off. I'm actually not taking any calls. Let me see. Crap. I forget how to do it. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm back. God dang it. Did I flush? What says lad? It will kill the fungus. We got to get to a live chat reminder. Yeah, I washed my hands, but I just on my way back, I walked right out the door and I was staring at the ass of a skunk. Not even kidding you. It was terrifying. But yeah, I washed my hands. I'm very type A about that. Okay. I've never had pink eye. Where are we at here? I foster special need pups in SoCal. Otis is definitely special needs. Try a grain-free diet to help control your pup's internal pH balance. Overproduction of yeast that helps keep the problem from becoming chronic. Very good. That's what I'll do. I got a water, but I think there's a hole in one of them because there's wetness on this thing. It's not that it's. You liked it? You liked the music? I was a radio producer. Do you think I could? You think I could do that? You think I could be on the? You think I could be on there, Jovi? I'm sorry, I did not see you gifted a lab membership. That is very kind of you. Thank you so much for doing that. Paper towels. I'm a paper towel kind of guy. Absolutely, through and through. I dumped a grain for my pups. I spent a lot of money on their food. Yeah. Thank you, Jovi. I appreciate it. Okay, so let me explain to you exactly what happened the other night because it was one of the harder. I've had some really tough nights with Otis because of ear infections and things like that. And the other night when I had finished the show with Dr. Gary and I was pretty tired and it was really late. And when I walked in, he was sitting in the chair, but he was like really weird. And I went to pet him and he ducked his head like hard. You know what I mean? Like he was like, he just ducked out of the way. I don't know why. But I later on went to find out he was having trouble, balancing. His depth perception was off, and it was kind of a terrible. It was a terrible thing, and then when his head would swivel back and forth, and that was to me that was the sign of him having inner ear trouble. It was dark, yeah. And so it was terrible to watch because he his feet were not matching up with what he was wanting to do. He would try and jump up on the couch. He wouldn't be able to make it. And the whole time, I just feel sick to my stomach watching it because I know that he's not great. Yeah, no, absolutely. But anyway, he's better now, doing better, and the medicine seems to have worked. It seems to be that he's getting fixed up just fine. Because like I said, today, yeah, it's just the worst. Like I said, today, has he had his shots? Oh, yeah, definitely. Yes. He's up to date on everything. He's just my little special project, And he's so unique in the fact that he loves me to death, and he's kind to everybody, but he only really responds to me when I'm telling him to do something, or you know, and half the time he doesn't even listen to me. Like, he doesn't care. Like, I'll just say, hey, come here. And then he'll go the other way. He does that all the time. And he's got these big ears that he never uses. You know, and when he was a pup, I mean, he just destroyed like thousands of dollars worth of like headphones, hats. I think I might have told you before, he chewed the buttons off of almost all the hats that I have. Just the little, and what happens is when you pull that out, there's a little thing that pokes you, and it's you can't wear the damn hat anymore. Then there's no button on the top, so you look like an idiot, you know. So it's just, so I always think, like, I just look at him, but I don't say anything, but I just tell him, I said, dude, you're just so lucky that you're mine and that I'm understanding of you. Because you can't help yourself. And I sit there and I tell him that, you know, and he looks at me, and you can tell when he's really not that happy, because he pushes his bottom jaw like this when he stares at you with this, you know, discontentment. He goes, and he's like, I call it his little Brutus face. That's what he does, you know. So not only does he have just this rock star, and when I say rock star, I mean he thinks that everything revolves around him, and macho is imposing on everything around him. Like, everything's his, but he'll allow it to happen, you know? And so he's got this super imposing personality. He just does whatever he wants, whenever he wants. Yeah, everything's wrong. Everything's wrong with him. He's just, yes. I think his head's too small. I think sometimes he has a lazy eye, and sometimes he doesn't. That I don't get that. Sometimes his eye gets a little wonky, and then sometimes it doesn't. Like, I'm like looking at him like, dude, I don't know what's up with your eye today. It's pinched off. And then he'll look at me and be like, what are you talking about? And his eyes are like, you know. But other than that, I mean, he's the cutest thing you've ever seen. I think he is precious. He's something else, man. I love him, but he just destroys stuff, and he just makes my life, you know, more difficult. But, you know, I don't know what else you're supposed to do except take care of him. Macho's not that high maintenance. He's just kind of a brick, you know, but yeah, I mean, I do. Sometimes I have a lazy eye. Sometimes I do. But yeah, he's just the cutest little thing. And to be honest, I'm telling you that my temperament is perfect because, sorry, my temperament is perfect for him because I have loved dogs, specific animals, but specifically dogs since, I mean, I could remember. Every dog that I come across, I just go, oh, they're the cutest thing. Can I pet them? Can I get down? You're the good boy. You're the good boy. Yeah, you're the good boy. You're the good boy. You know, and then your dog, like Macho, when he stretches, this is how sick in the head I am. He like stretches and I go, oh, look at that. He's a big boy. Or whatever, you know. Is the lazy eye the one that was pink? Moving on. Yeah, like he'll stretch out and I just narrate the whole thing. Like, oh, look at that. Look at that big old stretch. Look at that. You know, it's a weakness of mine. you know, I can't eat anything without wanting to give them something, which is terrible. So now I keep little dog snacks at the table, you know. And then the other day I was thinking, I go, why do dogs like being pet? Because I couldn't understand it. I had no idea why. I get why they like to be close and stuff like that, but I was like, why do animals, specifically dogs, I mean, and cats too, but why do they like to be pet? I didn't understand. Does he? That's nice of him. Who's a good boy? He's a good boy. He's a good boy. But I never understood, like, why do dogs like to be pet? And so I looked it up. And apparently dogs are very, like, they're, I don't know what the term is, but they're very primal in nature. But when they're born, their mother licks, you know, kind of grooms them on the back of the head with her tongue. It's kind of like this, like, you know, something like that. And it's a comforting feeling, and they associate it with kindness and love, I guess. Now, I'm not saying that you should lick the back of your dog's neck. You know, but that's where it comes. You can pet them, you know. I don't know if I am or not. Maybe. But yeah, that's what I guess that's you know, part of it is that however it goes. I didn't know why dogs like being licked. I didn't know why dogs like being pet. I'm up. It's what time? It's got to be bedtime. Fuck. Let me get some more water here. I don't know if dogs like getting licked or not. I'm not. I don't know what the. Wow. They're animals, specifically to me, dogs, and I know there's some people that like cats, and I don't mind cats. Cats are just kind of prissy, you know. I'm not a huge cat. It's nursery memory for them. Cats. Yeah, exactly. But I'm not a huge cat guy. But I don't not like cats. Like if a cat's near me, I'll definitely pet a cat. I'll talk to a cat. You know, I've had a cat and I found him dead. Dude, this is a messed up story. I was I don't know if hello? Okay. I don't know if I've told it before, but we had a cat named Tigger who was born in my room. Like we came home from church, and like our cat, she was having, so there was three. It was Tigger, Tiger. I can't remember the other one. He ran away. The other one ran away. We were really, really little. But Tigger, I don't know what happened to the other cat. I don't know, but we had Tigger. He was almost like 19. And I came home one day and he's like laying in the floor, right? He used to lay up on the couch behind me. When I'd lay on the couch, he'd get up on the couch and he'd lay behind me. But I came back, he was laying in the floor, which he would do so often sometimes. And I walked by and he didn't move when I walked by him. And then, so I was like putting my bag away. I come back, I walk back, And I was like, hey, Tigger. And then I went to pet him, and he just kind of rocked like that because he was stiff as a board. And, then I shit my pants because it freaked me out. But he was like 19. So I didn't feel, but he wasn't like in bad health or anything either. So I don't know. I mean, it was, yeah, but I mean, it was a great cat. He was a really great cat. And I loved him, but I'm a dog guy. But he got along with the dogs too. That was what was cool about him. He was just legit, you know. Be out during the day, coming at night. Did it all the time, all day. He'd be gone all day. Yeah, he lived a great life, man. He was, and he kind of got fat in the end. It was really cute, but he'd be out all day, and then every night, just like clockwork, he would come inside and jump up on that couch. Every single night. It was awesome. So, cat, if you pass away in your home in a couple of days, your dog will wait. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking about that the other day, which is weird, right? I was thinking about it, and for some reason, I think Macho might. I think Macho would, but I don't think that Otis would eat me if I died alone in the house. Maybe. I had a cat one time that liked to suck on the fluffy toilet seat cover. I really gotta pre-read some of these. Yeah, man. The titles of the shows mostly mean nothing. Dr. Gary says, for those of you listening, I just realized you said you were going to talk about the tariffs in the title. The title is as useless as a microphone at a Milli Vanilli concert. So, I don't know anything about tariffs. I'm not even sure I spelt it right, nor do I give a shit. I know people say, you'll give a shit when you, well, yeah, then I will. I don't know, man. It just seemed catchy. Like, yeah, YouTube tariffs. All right, so let's see. Illuminati's North Korea. Let's see. What's another terrible? J for Justice is Iran. Queen Bee is Russia. Let's see. Can't think of anybody else. Who else should I name? B-Tim is Guantanamo Bay. Nah, Stevens and we got great friends in Canada. Queen Bee is Ukraine. No, she's Russia. B-Tim's Guantanamo Bay. I can't wait to hear Grandpa Josh stories. Dr. Gary. I just watched your call-in show from the other night. Another great one. Granny's watching us China. That's funny. And yeah, you can be whoever you want, Dr. Gary. I don't care. So there's your tariffs, all right? Now let's have a trade war. All of us. Who's Somalia? Someone's got to be Somalia. Yeah, you can be Monaco. I don't care. Trinidad and Tobago, for all I give a shit, Dr. Gary. You could be Finland. It doesn't matter to me. Sweden. You want to be Monaco? That's you, dude. You get it. I think that I'm going to be Madagascar, maybe. In Australia, we have the black stump. What's that? There's absolutely positively no reason to pick a fight with Canada. Seems like something only Russia would want. Deeply dumb. I love Canada. Never been, but I don't want to be Mongolia. I want Tibet. I'm going to be Tibet. Is that where the monks are? Is that the movie from the one? Was it with Brad Pitt? Yeah, I want to be Tibet. I'm Tibet. There, Chronicles. There is no way you're Sweden. Sweden is the most impartial type. Certain, you can't be. No. 7 years 7 years in Tibet. It's fire. You're more like I think you're more like Israel, probably. You're like Israel. Who's Hamas? Somebody's got to be Hamas. Yeah, Callie, I can see that, but I mean, yeah, you could be Switzerland. Who's Hamas? I got to think of who Hamas is. SF, yeah, he's a terrorist. Oh man. Now nobody gets to be the US. Everybody wants to be that. No, I'll be Mexico. I don't care. I want to be Mexico. SF the sleeper cell. That's funny shit. Oh man. Mount Everest. I think the worst one's probably being North Korea would probably be the worst. Like that's the biggest insult, right? All right, you can be America. I don't care. Pakistan, that would be tight. Cuba, who's Cuba? Stevens, Cuba. There's your tariff talk, right? Okay, got it all out of the way. Dr. Gary's not a fan of the tariffs. He loves Canada. So do I. And Turks and Caicos, that's a good one. Justin would be Vegas. I think it's more San Francisco. You got to unplug, Dr. Gary. You got to unplug, You be where you need to be. You and I will have our session tomorrow, but you got to unplug. And you can sit on the couch and I'll talk to you about it. I'm going to teach you some coping mechanisms. Oh, Canada. I'm worried. I don't want to pay $70 for maple syrup. I'll tell you that right now. I love maple syrup. You guys have a good night. Thank you for being here. It's fun hanging out. Appreciate it. guys have a nice night. I do love Canadian people. Although I am mad that they pretend that ham is bacon. I feel like I don't feel like that's proper. But I still love them with all my heart. Bacon's bacon. It is hockey season, that's right. It was. It's a dirty trick. It's a dirty, dirty trick. Maybe that's what Trump was talking about. Maybe that's what he's so pissed off about. Ordered a Whopper in Canada. A Whopper with cheese and bacon. And then they put ham on it and he's pissed. Now the tariffs coming? I hope not. Let me get a Royale with cheese. Le Whopper. Why? He's 78 years old. I mean, it's not like he's going to be able to enjoy it. Anyway, no more politics for me. I don't care. All I care about is making sure that never happens again. I did used to stream on Twitch, didn't I? It didn't work out very well. Go Wings. All right, y'all have a good night.